Finding jobs as an ACCA is one of the most toughest things. And that is what came out in one of my surveys that I did some time ago on the LinkedIn. Now, I have done multiple videos around ACCA jobs, what are the kind of jobs that you can go for, or the kind of salaries that you can expect. So, please feel free to go through them. But in today's video, we're just going to talk about how do you land that first job, right? But before we do that, like always, thank you so much for all your love, support, comments. I truly appreciate it. If this is the first time you've come to my channel, can I request you please hit the subscribe button, the like button and the bell icon. I promise you the videos that I do are always going to help you in your ACCA journey as well as your overall finance and accounting. Now coming back to how do you land that first job, because I understand that people are happy now that yes, there are jobs available and these are the salaries, but how do you get it? My very simple approach is that never ever start to look for a job which is beyond means. Now what do I mean by that? A lot of students who come out and ask me, especially at FPA, because we place students at FPA, once they're done with their professional level and in a lot of cases after their skill level as well. But a lot of students will have that, I'm only going to work at a big four. I am only going to work in this XYZ department or this XYZ type of job or at this XYZ location in this XYZ area. If you start to have these hang-ups in your first job, trust me, that job hunt is going to last for a very long time. Because when you go hit that market, it's not that you're the only one who's looking for a job. There could be hundreds and thousands of students out there who are looking for a job. Of course, ACCA gives you an edge and helps your resume to come up at the top. But still, it's not the case that because you are an ACCA student or an ACCA affiliate or a member, that the whole world is going to come at your foot and whatever you say, they will accept it. It is still going to be a lot of hard work, right? So therefore, my sincere request to all of you, if it's your first job, just go and get any relevant job that you can get. Now, the stress of course is on the relevant, and I'll also talk about some irrelevant jobs towards the end of the video. But the relevant jobs are finance, accounting, taxation, auditing, right? MIS reporting, management accounting. These are all your relevant jobs that are there. Now, as long as you are in one of these jobs, now whether you are working at a small practice near your home or you're working in a larger big four, trust me, the experience counts. Because if you are going to spend 1 year, 2 years just looking for a job so that you can end up getting a job in a big four, trust me that, like I said, that hunt can go on forever and it does not look good on your resume as well. Therefore, if you are getting a job in a smaller practice, please go for it. If you are getting a job, let's say in audits, and you wanted to go into accounting, go for the audits. Do not have an uptight thinking in your mind that I'm only going to do this. Now, I'll start with my own experience. I started my career with working in accounts, for a tailoring company. Then when I moved to the US, I was working in all random jobs that students do. But when I came back after doing ACCA, I worked at EY in audits and I was lucky there. And I did not stick there because, I did not enjoy audits. But because I had a big four stamp and because I was an ACCA, it was easier to move to accounting. I was in accounts department for the longest of time, and then I moved to UBS where I was working as a financial controller, so moved into the finance. And then right now at FPA, while I teach students, I'm also the group CFO. So I am now taking care of accounting, tax, audit, etc. So point being is that do not be uptight that I'm only going to do audits, I'm only going to do accounting. You can do any of the relevant finance and accounting jobs, because that's what flexibility ACCA gives you. Just go for it, right? And the way you can find that job is look within your network. You will have friends and family who may have their own businesses. Ask them if they can take you on an internship or maybe for a part-time job. You don't have to expect a 50,000 rupees as your first salary. Maybe start with a 5,000, doesn't matter, because these initial years are still, they will constitute as a investment and learning, right? So you're not already making crazy amounts of money, because everyone knows that the initial few years you're still understanding what you're supposed to do, right? So even if you've done audit paper phenomenally well, you've done FM paper phenomenally well, in the real world you may still not be able to do a lot of things that the real world expects from you. Therefore, right, take up a job even if it is a lesser salary, but in your network it is always going to be easier. So ask your father, your mom, your friends, your cousins, whoever, if they can take your resume, put in their organizations. Trust me, that is the easiest way to land a job. Of course, if you're a student at any of these learning partners like at FPA, we also assist our students. But trust me, the easiest way to get a job is go through a network, because people know you, people can vouch for you, so you get that job a lot more quicker, right? So this was my key message today, that use your network to land your first job, even if it is not at a high salary, not in the ideal location. For example, I know a lot of students know, I can't go there, it's too far, I can't work that shift, I don't like it, I don't like that people, etc. Don't do all of that. In the initial years, we all, ask anyone, right, we all go through that drill. You may not be happy with all the things that are happening, but you still have to go through that grind. So therefore, please make sure that you take up any relevant role that you get. But let's say if you get something which is not relevant, let's say you are getting a role in sales department, right? Is that a bad thing? Well, as far as PER is concerned, unfortunately it will not be counted there. But let's say if you're not getting a job, you're not doing anything, do you think it makes sense that I will continue to not do anything and I'll just keep waiting for a finance and accounting job to happen, even though there are a lot of sales jobs happening, customers? No, go for it. Why are you so stressed? Because let's say you apply for a sales role, right? Start to work in the sales role. It is quite possible. Now please hear me out before you start to go mad at me. It is not necessary that when you join that company in their sales department, you cannot take an internal movement. It is very, very possible that the same company may have roles in their finance and accounting, and once they've seen how good you are and they know you are doing tax, audit, etc., they may pull you in, right? That is how even when you start with an irrelevant role, you still will be able to get the role that you want, as long as you've proven your worth, right? So therefore, please don't ever become, like I said, very uptight and I will not do this, I will not do that. Take the job, take the experience, start to move up the ladder, and I assure you, eventually the salaries, the job, everything will fall in line in what your expectations are. I hope that helps. Please make sure that you share it in your network, so there could be some friends who can be saved from taking any wrong decisions. And I hope this video helps. Please make sure that you give me some feedback if you've liked this video, and I will see you in the next one. All the very best, and thank you so much.